I once believed that true love could never be destroyed, that a marriage vow was something eternal, too pure to ever fracture. But a single choice, one terrible lapse in judgment, was enough to shatter the heart of the man who believed in me completely. I was certain I could keep it hidden, push it down beneath lies and quiet avoidance. Yet deception always finds a way to rise up and demand its reckoning. This is the story of how I crushed my husband's spirit, how one instant of surrender tore apart everything we had created together, and how the burden of that error still walks beside me like a ghost I can never outrun. I was raised in a peaceful suburb, the sort of place where people waved over white fences and couples grew old side by side without drama. My husband, Daniel, had been part of my life since we were children. We trudged to school hand in hand, traded sandwiches at lunch, and swore as awkward teenagers that nothing would ever pull us apart. When we finally stood at the altar, it didn't feel like a new chapter. It felt like the natural next page of a story that had already been written long ago. Daniel was exactly the man I thought I'd always dreamed of: tender, steady, tirelessly devoted. He never shouted, never let me doubt my place in his world. Every morning he rose before the sun, brushed a kiss across my temple, and moved through his days as if goodness was woven into the fabric of who he was. For years I told myself my love matched his in depth and strength, and for a long time I almost believed it. But life has a cruel talent for exposing even the strongest foundations. Daniel and I had been married almost a decade when I began to feel something shifting inside me, not in him, but in my own heart. A restlessness crept in. I started wondering if the quiet, comfortable life we shared was truly all there was for me. Daniel poured himself into his work, giving up sleep and leisure so our future would be secure. Any grateful wife would have seen that sacrifice as heroic. Instead, I allowed loneliness to twist into resentment. That emptiness opened a void within me that should have been filled with understanding and appreciation, but was instead flooded with questions and dissatisfaction. I began searching for reassurance beyond our walls. Social media turned into my secret refuge. Where the praise of strangers lit tiny fires in the cold spaces, Daniel's long hours left behind. I didn't see how those little flames were steadily burning down the home we had built. It was around that time I connected with someone online. His messages made me feel seen in a way I had stopped feeling at home. What began as casual talk about favorite novels, films, and harmless daydreams slowly drifted into something far more dangerous. In hindsight, I understand how quickly love grows brittle once you invite darkness through the door. Casual comments became midnight conversations.